I debated whether or not I wanted to share this video or even film this video. It was just part of my life. I also think maybe somebody else could be going through this and I could maybe help someone, or if someone's going through something similar, I don't know. So, choosing to share what happened.
This is your right side.
Okay.
This is your left side.
Okay. Is that my heart?
This is your heart.
Okay.
These are your lungs.
Okay.
And they're black because of the way the scan is done.
Uh-huh.
In the heart, this is a slice through the heart, and you can see the different blood vessels coming through.
Mm-hmm.
And I can scroll up and down to kind of get a different idea of kind of what's going on.
Okay.
So this is the left side of your heart.
Okay.
That's the right side.
Okay.
And you can see this right here is the pulmonary trunk, which is what supplies the lungs with blood. And you can see this is the side that goes to the right.
Uh-huh.
And then this is the side that goes to the left.
Okay.
And everything should be white. You can see how on this side, the contrast, which is white, is filling everything. But you can see right here, this dark spot is your clot. It is basically, I would say it's probably about as big around as a quarter, and it's probably about that long. That's the big one, and it extends, so it starts there, and it extends all the way down here. So this is all clot.
Oh my heck.
And this right here, you can kind of see that like little spot. That's the part of lung that was damaged.
Okay. Because of the clot.
And that's the pain you're having, is right in front or right around that spot.
Why is that causing pain?
Because the lung is angry. The lung has been damaged, and it causes inflammation. And there's kind of a membrane that protects the lung right here, and it's just very, very full of nerve endings. And so when you get damage right there, it just really sucks. Yeah, a lot of pain. So, yeah, that's your clot right there.
Okay, that's the big guy. Okay.
And you can see on the other side that, you know, all those little tiny guys fill up nice.
All those white ones?
All those white ones are nice and full. However, right there, that's more clot right there.
Yeah, I see that too.
See that?
Yeah.
So you've got clots on both sides.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, if you're new here, I have a history of blood clots. In March 2019, I had my first episode, is what I call them. I had my first episode. It was triggered by surgery, and I contracted one blood clot in my right lung and was on blood thinners for 3 months. And after those 3 months, I was off of, I wasn't taking any blood thinners, but I was on an oral contraceptive that contained estrogen, which counteracted with the blood thinner. And in November 2019, I had a blood clot in almost every airway of both of my lungs. So that was my second episode. I was in the ICU for that one for 5 days and was placed on blood thinners again for about 6 months that time. And when I came off, that was when Carson and I started trying to get pregnant, and then I got pregnant, and I was on Lovenox shots for my entire pregnancy and 6 weeks postpartum, and that's an anticoagulant that doesn't pass the placenta. So I was on those shots because when you're pregnant, you produce a lot of estrogen, a lot more blood to supply the baby. And since I was having 2 babies, I had double the estrogen. So was very high risk for blood clots during my pregnancy. We thought that I was done with these blood clots, honestly, because nothing provoked it this time. No surgery, no medication. It just happened. On Sunday, my mom had stayed the night to take care of the babies, just to give me like an extra help. Usually I like one night in the week where I have somebody help me with the babies, that just kind of take over. I normally have Carson if I need it, but it's nice to have somebody that just completely takes over for just one night. And so she did that. And that morning I just didn't feel good. I had a cough and just wasn't feeling great. The day went on, I had a pain in my upper right back when I would breathe. And I know that that's a symptom of a pulmonary embolism, a blood clot in the lung. But I didn't want to like accept it in a way. Like I just tried to will that away. I wanted it to not be true. I wanted it to just not be true. It got worse and worse. That feeling, that pain, my heart rate. I have a pulse ox next to my bed for this reason. And so I put it on and my heart rate was above 120 when I was just resting. I wasn't doing well. It was really painful to breathe. And I called my mom and just, it's like, what do I do? I don't want to go to the hospital anymore. I'm sick of being poked. I'm sick of being in the hospital. I mean, my pregnancy was high risk. I was at the hospital a lot. I've had complications since having the babies. I had complications before having the babies. Like, I've just always have kind of had stuff going on for some reason. And during that phone call, I started not being able to really talk or breathe anymore. It was so painful. And so I told Carson and told him, I didn't want to tell you earlier, but I just haven't been able to breathe very well, and it's pretty intense right now. So within 5 minutes, we were rushing to the ER. We called his parents to see if they could watch the twins while we went to the ER, because they were a lot closer. They live a lot closer to us than my parents. And we were going to go to a hospital that was about 15 minutes away that we always go to. So we were going to drop the twins off and then go to that hospital. But in the car, I was not talking. I was not breathing very well. And I got the words out saying just nearest ER. And so we went to one that was just about 5 minutes from our house, if even 5 minutes. And I was rushed in. The pain was excruciating. Every time I took a breath, it was worse and worse. So then I would cry because I couldn't breathe, and that made it worse. And I would try to take a deep breath, and I couldn't. So I went into the emergency while Carson hurried and took the twins to his parents' house, and I was rushed back pretty quickly. They were taking my vitals, they were putting in an IV, taking a COVID test, getting an EKG, doing so much while I just was not breathing well and was just in so much pain. They gave me medicine that calmed me down, which it didn't take the pain away very well. And then after all those tests, Carson was back, and I had a CT scan, and I just sat there, and I just sat in pain, just waiting to see what was going on. And the doctor came in pretty quick and told us that I had blood clots on both sides of my lungs again, and one happened to be the size of a quarter and was about 3 inches to 4 inches long, and had caused pulmonary infarction, which is just damage to your lungs. And that blood clot actually killed part of my lung, and that part of my lung won't work again because it had died. It was killed by this blood clot, by this massive blood clot. They go up based on mild, moderate to severe, and this one was a severe blood clot, and it had just embedded itself, and there's so many nerve endings in your lungs that's what's causing my pain, is the nerves. And normally, like, painkillers don't touch the nerves as well, so you still feel pain even when you're on painkillers. So I refused Percocet, I refused oxycodone, just because they weren't working. I was in the hospital for 2 days and 2 nights. They took an echocardiogram, so an ultrasound of my heart. It was a bit swollen from trying to pump the blood, but no damage to it. And then my right lung was swollen as well, and it obviously has damage, but the doctors say that I shouldn't be able to notice that part of my lung is dead. And they immediately put me on Eliquis, an anticoagulant that does not take away the blood clot, but it stops it from getting bigger and it stops new ones from forming. So I will be in this pain for a long while before my body absorbs the clot. I am unable to take deep breaths. I have this exercise that I have to do. I have to get that yellow part in the best box, and then I try to get that white part all the way up to the top where it says 2,500 milliliters. And right now I'm getting to 500 milliliters, so not the best, but just having a really hard time getting those deep breaths because it's so painful and my body won't let me. So I'm out of breath a lot. I am in pain a lot. I'm gasping for air a lot. I was put on oxygen in the hospital because I wasn't getting enough oxygen, but towards like the end before I was released, I was getting enough oxygen. It was just low, like low 90s, but still above 90, which is good. I have to do this 10 times every hour, and you suck in and you try to get that white part to the 2,500 milliliters, and you try to get the yellow part in the best. So you have to go slow. I didn't even make it to 500 milliliters before it just sends sharp shooting pain. When I say that I am dead inside, I mean it. I'm kidding. I am just so lucky. If you know anything about pulmonary embolisms, one of the side effects is death. You don't normally live through them. So, and I've lived through 3 episodes, so I'm extremely lucky to be here. And the hardest part was being away from my twins. They couldn't come in, they couldn't see me. I guess you just never know. You never know the last time you're gonna see someone, or the last time you're gonna talk to someone or hug them or anything. last time you're gonna sleep in your own bed. And I'm so lucky that this wasn't my last time and I got to come home. I will most likely be on blood thinners for life, which is okay. It's not, the benefits are much better than the risks. I just hope everybody can live each day and be grateful for each day. Crying hurts. Sniffling hurts. Hey. Hey. I'm happy to see you. What? What? Carson's with Echo, huh? I missed you. I missed you and sister. I did. I missed you. I missed you. Anyways, this is kind of a more serious video, but that's what happened. Oh! That's what happened, and it's just part of this journey. And I just want to be real and maybe hopefully help someone else out there, even if you're not going through like what I went through. Maybe just perspective and being thankful that you're healthy and thankful that you're alive and breathing. I'm so happy to be home, and even though I'm in so much pain and I can't do much, it's just something else being able to come home and hug my babies and my husband and see my family, and after having a life-threatening event. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate everybody's support and love and prayers. If you have reached out, I just really appreciate it, and the power of prayer is so strong. And for anybody that is struggling out there, I'm praying for you. And yeah, please make sure to subscribe to our channel. And I would say for more content, but hopefully not this type of content. More fun, twin content, lifestyle content, mom content, everything besides this. So hopefully not this kind of content. But yeah, anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for being part of this journey, and hopefully this video inspires you to just live your life and enjoy every moment and not take things so seriously, because life is so short and it could be taken away so quickly. So enjoy your life and enjoy your day. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.